I've got 90 days with an electric EV, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I've always driven a gas UTV, and since I've had solar on the property and I'm able to generate my own electricity, I've wondered, what would it actually be like to have an electric, like an EV UTV? And so I reached out to Kandi and I said, hey guys, would you be interested in sending out one of your units? And they sent out the Innovator, which is one of two options that they have. Both are basically the same thing, except they look slightly different. The Cowboy has a bit more of a rugged look, but the Innovator, the reason I chose this one was because it has the frunk. And I am all about maximizing storage, and right now I'm in a time of my life where I'm trying to be more organized, and I want to make sure that that I always have with me what I need. Back to the EV. I've had this thing for about 7 days now, and I put 40 miles on it. I can see that because right here on the touch screen it says odometer 40 miles, and it was brand new when they dropped it off. This thing has pretty decent ground clearance at about 9.5 inches, which for just about everything that I wanted to do is just fine. It's got 3 batteries in it, and it has about 11.5 kilowatt hours of storage, which is pretty respectable. My entire home, I have roughly 80 kilowatt hours on the property. So, you know, 11.5 is not bad at all. It has an electric dump bed on it, which is pretty cool. I can operate it from right here, or I can operate it from over here on the side. And I think it has 440, 450, something like that, pounds of lifting capacity. One thing that takes a lot of getting used to is hearing everything rattle. Because when I'm on a gas-powered utility vehicle, the engine noise overpowers everything else. So I think if I were to hold on to this long term, I would be looking for ways to put bushings or other dampening devices on the bed and tailgate, stuff like that. I've been putting it through its paces with just regular homesteading tasks. There are things that I like about it, and there are things that I definitely don't love. One of the big gripes or complaints is visibility through this windshield. You might be able to see it right here, but the stickers all over this thing just destroy your visibility. If the stickers had been up here, you know, just like you'd see them in under a visor on a vehicle, it would change everything. But the stickers on the dash reflect, and just all I see is warning labels. So that's super frustrating. The other thing is, on that same vein, if this was the black unit, I wouldn't see the hood in the reflection either. But whenever I put this windshield up in order to try to let some air in, it just goes to immediately impossible to see out it, because the white or the tan or khaki from the hood reflects back up and then just like shines in on the windshield, and you can't see anything. Man, it is made going up to get packages that are delivered so much easier. Just so nice. I mean, to be able to just come up here, and whenever we've got a package, this is the wonder what this is. Anyway, our driveway is over 1/3 of a mile, and so just simple things like taking the trash to the curb can be pretty large tasks, and a side-by-side is absolutely indispensable on our property. You know, sometimes whenever I'm going down really steep hills, I actually do need to put both feet on the brake pedal, because it does not brake as fast as it accelerates, or as effortlessly, I should say. We got 82% battery. We're gonna see how fast we can go. I think we can hit 40 miles an hour. Let's go. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 39. I will say, when traveling on a flat, like non-dirt, bumpy road, you hear the knobs on the tires, and you can hear the whirl of the motors kicking in. And you can kind of hear just some of this turning and squeaking of the shafts and stuff. But it is a much smoother, much quieter ride than... So let's talk about longevity and like mileage and stuff like that. Right now I'm showing 77% state of charge on the battery, and it's showing me I've still got 48 miles to go. I have topped it off twice. The first time, let's see, we're at 43 miles total. First time I got down to like 30%, but that was before I had ever topped it all the way off. They delivered it at like 75, so I took it down to like 35%. And then I got it up to, I don't know, then I topped it off, and then I dropped it back down to 70-ish. But the thing that I absolutely love about it is I plug it in before I go to bed, and I wake up the next morning and it's fully charged. There's no gas to deal with. I don't have to run down to the gas station to pick up fuel. You know, I'm not worrying about oil change. I'm not worrying about really any maintenance other than making sure that, you know, the grease zerks have you know, been pumped full of grease every once in a while. The plug and play, the get in and just drive and go aspect of it is hands down 500% superior to a gasoline vehicle. Now, have I had it long enough to see something break? Nope. You know, I really haven't. What happens when something does? I don't know. Stuff happens. You know, the fact is, no matter what type of vehicle you're driving, you're gonna have issues every once in a while. Crawling through the woods like this, just slowly moving, you know, and the accelerator is so responsive. I could barely... My 360 camera died, stopped recording, so I'm gonna finish it up like this. Crawling around in the woods is almost dead quiet. Now, obviously there's the crunch of the leaves and stuff like that. I'm not a hunter, so I can't say, oh, this would be perfect for hunting or anything like that. I just never had that experience. But I can see how, if you're trying to get out to your deer blind, something like that, you're gonna make an awful lot less noise slowly moving through the woods or down your trail with something like this versus a loud gasoline or diesel engine. So maybe that's a proof point or something that could be considered. I want to show you the little frunk here, which I know I've talked about it quite a bit. It does have a kickstand on it. One of the things that I'm really disappointed about is there's no gasket in here, nothing to keep it weather tight or anything like that. So this does get wet. I didn't expect that. I really was kind of thinking this would be a great place to put things that you didn't want out in the weather. But I will say it's a good spot to keep stuff like, you know, your little charging gun. I don't know what else to call this, charger. Now it comes with the ability to plug it into a standard, you see that's a 15 amp 110 volt plug, but there's a 240 dongle here that can be attached, and I believe it says that it charges, there you go, you can see actually on the side there it says 240 volt at 16 amps, but I believe it says it's like 7 or 8 hours from dead to fully charged with this 110. So the 240 should cut that in half, maybe 4 hours or so. I plan to do a completely separate video on charging, so be sure to stay tuned and subscribe if you're not subscribed. A small but definitely frustrating thing is not having a handle on the outside or any markings to show you where the handle is. You kind of have to, almost every time I'm digging around for it or looking across here to see where it is and then trying to pair it up. But then once you grab it, you know, you can open it up and you're good to go. Here's the charging port, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You open it up and you plug in the little gun looking thing and then you plug it into the wall. Very easy. We do have the cargo up and down, which is great. One thing that I've noticed is this thing, all of the stickers and the manual appear to be like repurposed off of something else. So, you know, I'm trying, let's see, where is it? Oh, there we go. Do not store a vehicle for long periods of time with gas in tank. Okay. Well, in order to start the vehicle, you have to grab one of these. And if you lose these, you are completely and totally screwed. But you have to take them, put them over there till it beeps, and then press the button, and then it turns on. Now that it's on, I want to show you the dumping capability. So press this button here and it dumps. It's slow, but it's effective and it gets the job done. I mean, you don't need it to be ridiculously fast anyway. All right, and then it stops itself. You can see underneath here. These are those grease zerks I was talking about. Also, as mentioned, there's a separate like bed dump right here. So you can see I'm pushing this down and the bed is going down. I have to say my absolute biggest pet peeve or frustration with this thing is the brake release. There's no indication, I say there's no indication. It took me a while to identify that there is some. Let me switch the camera around. And that's down here, we've got our parking brake. All right. And on screen, there is an indication that the parking brake is set, but it is not obvious, and I didn't see it at first. And it's right here. It looks really bright right there, but boy, I'm telling you, it's almost invisible from back here. And if you put it into reverse, there's no indication that you've got your parking brake on. put it into drive, there's no indication your parking brake is on other than that. And I'm telling you, I've probably, between myself and my wife, we've probably got 1.5 miles with this brake set of driving. The motor will overpower motors. There's 2 motors. The motors will overpower that brake, and you really just think, oh, it's being a little sluggish, but it's just because the brake's set. When I first received it, it came right off the truck, and I drove it from the driveway to 1/3 of a mile all the way back to the house, and I'm like, something stinks. I don't know what it is. The brake needs to be readjusted at this point because the parking brake is all but wore out. So that's frustrating. There really needs to be some sort of a audible, like when you put in reverse, yeah, there needs to be some sort of like indication or on screen something that says stop trying to drive with the parking brake on. And that shouldn't be that difficult to do. There's no way they couldn't put that into this display. And then this box here has a lot of potential, but again, no gasket. Like there's nothing in here that keeps this dry. And so, you know, when water's coming in here, and if it's gonna rain, the water's gonna blow right up in here if you're driving it and come straight into your face. So there's just a few little quirky things here and there. I'm really nitpicking, trying to come up with something. They are genuine like frustrations, but I will say, coming from my old gas-powered side-by-side, aside from the size and my entire family being able to fit, this thing has been such a pleasure, joy to drive. I love this thing, and I drive it every single day and will continue to do so till they pick it up. I already used the winch to help me hang my Flex Boss on the wall down in the well house. You can check out that video over on my other channel, Home Energy Independence. That's basically it. There's pros and there's cons, right? But that's how everything is. I'm gonna put out more videos on this thing, and I'll do a long-term review just as as I'm coming to the end of my contract with them. And I'll be showing you some other things along the way, most likely. Appreciate you sticking around to watch this. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. The subscriptions and the thumbs up, it doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form, but it does actually help the creators like me. So I'd appreciate it if you do that. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, if that's not too much to ask, so that Kandi can kind of see what you guys are thinking about this unit. Thanks a lot. I'm Eric, encouraging you to live faithfully and prepare thoroughly for good times or bad. See you on the next one.